Okay, that's probably around 20 seconds. It doesn't look like anyone else joined us.
Right. Yeah, go ahead.
Is ready to get started? All right. Welcome to the Molokai Irrigation System Advisory Board meeting from today, March 9th, 2022. Call this meeting to order at 10:02 a.m. We have first thing up on the agenda is approving our minutes from the from the March 9th meeting. Nope, that's today. What was the last one? January 12th. Reading the wrong thing. Too many things open over here. All right, let's look at the minutes from January 12th. If everybody wants to take a minute to approve those or to look at those, with the three of us, is that enough to have quorum, Janice, or how many people do we need? No.
And I wasn't at the last meeting, so I cannot approve,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, so no quorum anyway.
No quorum.
Okay, minutes submitted. You guys can review the minutes if you want, but we also have no quorum, so we cannot approve these this month either. We'll move that forward to the next one. And then next on the agenda, we've got introductions, which we don't have anybody new on the phone today, but I guess we'll go through it anyway since it is recorded. Yes, who wants to go first? Faith?
Okay.
Yeah, you're on the
Okay. I'm Faith Tuipulotu. I am on the board for the Molokai Lanai Soil and Water Conservation District Board, and I'm also a homestead farmer.
Thank you, Faith. Kirk?
Kirk Psyche, Department of Ag, Irrigation Program Manager.
Thank you. And Stephen, since you're IT, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm Stephen Dalton, and I'm IT for Department of Agriculture.
Okay. Nate?
Nathaniel Oswald, Molokai Farm Bureau President and a non-homestead water user.
And Lance?
Lance Kaniakua, District Manager, Molokai Department of Ag.
And Janice?
Janice Fujimoto, Department of Ag Resource Management.
I think that's everybody that's showing on my Zoom at the top. And I'm Jill Combs. I'm representing non-homestead users as well. It's in our introductions. For old business, we have a system update. Lance, if you want to give us your manager's report.
Yeah. March 9th, Molokai Irrigation tab. March 2nd and 3rd, we flushed the transmission pipeline from the west portal to the reservoir. There was no issues with flushing the pipeline. We've been weed whacking the reservoir, trying to keep the vegetation down. March 8th, we went to the tunnel to do monthly maintenance and take contractors in the back. And I've been with good fellows every Tuesday. We have been on meeting with a meter replacement. Walapu Reservoir level, 28.5 feet, just under 700 million gallons stored. Level at this time last year was 34.5 feet. Reservoir average outflow is 3 million gallons a day. Reservoir average inflow is 1.550 million gallons a day. Monthly report. Number of farm field visit to provide general assistance not related to meters, 0. Quarterly report from January to March. Number of days without planned water delivery disruption, normal, 0. Number of days water restrictions for homesteaders, 0. Number of water restrictions for non-homesteaders, 0. Number of days without accidents or injury, 68. Percentage change in revenues and operating costs, pump still not running, only to exercise the pump. Semi-annual report, January to July. Number of meters installed for homesteaders was 2. Number of meters installed for non-homesteaders, 0. Number of meters repaired or replaced, 0. Average time between requests for service and completion of service, approximately 3 months. Annual report, number of type of capital improvement projects, we got 2. Number of capital improvement projects in progress, pending. Percentage of brush cleared in a reservoir, 50% cleared, mowing is ongoing. Percentage of gravel cleared in a tunnel, 90%. Our financial strength is on time bill paying. Financial weaknesses is delinquent accounts and rising fuel costs. That's it.
Thank you, Lance. Any questions on the field manager report? I guess, can I ask, when, for the financial report, are we running in the red or the black? Or is that an appropriate question to ask, or do we need to have that on the agenda?
Jen.
I don't know the answer to that question off the top of my head. If you would like to discuss it further, we can put it on the agenda for next time. We can make sure that we'll have the answer
Okay.
for it.
Sounds good. Anybody else? Any questions for Lance?
Kirk, do you happen to know
What's that?
for the financial, the black or the red?
Well, I mean, if it pertains to our operating budget, we cannot go in the red, so we're in the black.
Okay. Does that satisfy your question, Joe?
I think so. Nate, did you
Okay.
have a question too? You raising your hand?
Yeah, I do. I apologize my ignorance. I don't know if this is appropriate either, but how do we campaign or champion for Lance and his team to get, maybe upgraded equipment or funding? Because a lot of the stuff they use is old and busted, maybe not the safest stuff. They always struggle with getting good equipment, and we really, really need that system to work. So what is the appropriate avenue for us to kind of lobby for that on their behalf?
Probably the ledge, but I guess the good and the bad part is that operating the water systems, the irrigation system statewide is on a revolving budget, revolving fund, which means it doesn't get an appropriation from the legislature. It's self-funded. So literally we have to raise rates, which we are considering right now to get new and better things.
Yeah, I guess that's a good question. Like, do we have, well, with the rates that we have now, is there like a rolling capital list or a replacement plan where we know a lot of that equipment has like a finite lifespan? Like, is it just automatically renewed every 5 years you get a new weed whacker, or how do you decide those replacements? Or should we put all that on the agenda for next meeting?
Probably on the agenda for next meeting.
Okay. I think that's a really good one to discuss, though.
I think so. I mean, whenever I've seen, some of the equipment, even up at the tunnel, like they really need some infrastructure, right? And getting some equipment, getting trucks that can actually handle loads to get the work done instead of transporting people the Polaris is getting old in the tooth. It needs, it needs more attention or more funding so they can service the thing. I don't know. This system is so important. It'd be catastrophic if it failed.
Mower.
Yeah.
Yep, that's very true. You guys need a brush mower to mow the sides of the reservoir too. That'd be nice.
I don't mind lobbying on behalf with using Farm Bureau. I do know that on the committees, the steering committees that I'm on with the new Department of Ag at the county level, that we can certainly explore on how we can leverage those offices to maybe put pressure or encourage, more funding or just to help them out. But yeah, Lance and the guys have been dealing with some pretty old stuff, and everything's handed me down or it's pretty beat up. So it's just not an efficient way to run. Then again, maybe he's fine with that. I don't mean to speak for you, Lance. I apologize, but
No, all good.
Yeah, just remember, we gotta balance the price of water with nice new shiny toys.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's kind of what I was getting at of how do we have a surplus? Do we know? So maybe we'll put both of those things on the agenda for next month. And if there is any surplus, like I don't know what it goes to, I think that'd be good for us to understand.
typically in the fourth quarter, we are pinching pennies.
Okay.
And that's if nothing bad happens, like say if Lance blows out, pipe or something like that, then he needs major repairs, then
Okay.
I'll make some phone calls too. I'll call a few senators and talk to them about this. I think I don't really perceive that as shiny new toys. I think that's not the case at all. I've seen the equipment. It's not in good shape at all. I mean, as a farm owner, I don't know how I couldn't run on some of that stuff they're using. And so I think it's important enough that, I don't think raising rates too is necessarily the solution. If we can maybe find other ways to get funding in there. I do know that it's a touchy subject with delinquent accounts. And I won't go down that route right now. But I think there are ways we could get better, funding to you folks. It's just such an important system. I think we would all benefit. Users would benefit if it was a little more efficient and just we had less parasitic loss and pipes breaking and stuff. It just needs some attention. So it's just my thoughts on that.
Okay. Yeah, it's a very good topic. We'll add it for next meeting so that we can fulfill all our sunshine law stuff, right? All right, good. Any other questions on that one? All right, if not, Janice, you want to give us an update on our capital projects?
Okay, so we have two capital improvement projects. The first one are the improvements in Waikolu Valley. So that went out to bid to the contractors on February 23rd. We have a number of contractors who expressed interest in the project and went to Molokai yesterday to do a site visit to check it out. Bids are due on March 29. So that is moving along. The second project is the meter replacement job that is being done by Goodfellow. That is scheduled to start in March 2022, and they're going to be submitting findings of some of their on-site field investigations this week. So that's moving along as well.
Okay, sorry, just typing up minutes.
Okay, thanks.
Is there a estimated completion date for that one?
For the Goodfellow one, the meter replacement, it's estimated to be about 7 to 8 months from the time they start.
Okay. Okay. Board representative organization reports. Nate, anything from Farm Bureau?
We have lots going on at the Farm Bureau. I don't know, it's not as much related to water at the moment. We're doing some some funding projects at the school and stuff, but nothing in regards to water.
And Faith from NRCS?
Right now, no, nothing.
The NRCS, or is it Molokai Lanai Soil Water District?
Molokai Lanai Soil Water Conservation.
My bad.
Soil Water Conservation, yeah.
District. Yep,
Yeah.
got it. Okay. And same thing from non-homestead users. I don't think we have anything to report in terms of water. We were curious about the levels. It looks like our status has moved back to a drought status, right, in Maui County. So just curious about the levels and the valve replacement, but I think we've covered that in the rest of the meeting. Status of our vacancies. Andrew, hold on, is not able to attend today. He says, sorry, he won't be able to attend today. He is busy. They just had an auction at the farm that he's working at, and they've got people coming in all day picking things up. But I believe his application is in, correct?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll text him back. DHHL was interviewing for Jean's replacement last time. Have we heard anything on that one?
No.
No word on that one.
Can you hear me too?
Now I can. Did you
Oh,
say
okay.
something, Faith?
Yeah, I don't know. My screen went blank. I'm in safe driving mode right now. Shucks. Anyway,
we can't see you anymore either.
We
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
yeah, see if you can get your camera back on, Faith, because since we're doing these remote meetings, it's part of the sunshine, the board members need to be visible.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay,
Now you're
Okay.
back.
thanks.
As far as DHHL, the person that they hired didn't want the job, so they're back up in the air again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't hear from anybody else. Who was the other one? Kilia's group.
And yeah, Mokupuni.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing.
Okay. And homestead farmers, nobody has been identified yet. No one's interested.
No.
Okay.
If you guys don't mind, I do have one potential candidate. He's a
All right.
homestead farmer. So I'm going to reach out to him today. And then if he agrees, I will share his contact with you folks.
Sounds good, Nate.
Nice.
Yeah, and actually, if he agrees, you can go ahead and already point him to the website to go ahead and start applying now while they're just still in session. Don't need to wait for us.
Perfect. He's actually retiring from his full-time position where he travels back and forth to Oahu every day, and he's
Okay.
going to be back on the home. He's kicking off a microgreen farm on his homestead. So
Okay. Yeah,
I'll talk
have
to
him. Yeah.
Sounds good. So we've got legislative sessions in progress, so we'll encourage anybody to complete that as soon as possible. New business, we had nothing on the agenda. And I think that's it. Am I looking at this right? Our next meeting date would be March, April, May.
Oh,
Yes, sir. You have something, Lance? Nothing. Okay. Next meeting, I think May 11th. Is that correct?
Yep.
At 10 a.m.
May 12th.
And then with the COVID restrictions being lifted, are we still going to meet on Zoom or are we allowed to meet in person again?
It sounds like we'll be able to meet in person.
Yeah, so bring donut. Malasado or something.
Ah,
I'm starving, man. Gotta get
somebody
the
does
meeting
need
over
to
there.
Yeah, it sounds like in person, so I'll send out the information. So I guess just pay attention to that just in case something changes, but it looks like it should be in person next time.
Okay, put that in the notes.
Okay.
I think that's all we have for today. Does anyone want to move that we adjourn the meeting?
Okay, I move to adjourn.
Right, any seconds for that?
Second.
Okay, meeting adjourned at 10:24 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Hey.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.